Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about something that I've been really thinking a lot about in the last several years is that concept of embodiment, which is becoming more and more important, I feel, for our age, time and age, because we come after millennia of disregarding bodies, carnal pleasure, corporal pleasure. We're disconnected from our bodies both from the point of view of being traumatized. So when post-trauma, we're disconnected from our bodies. And the disconnect happened when the feelings were too overwhelming, and so we dissociate. And we also disconnect from our body because of our conditioning, the religious implications, the way we were raised, because sex was shameful, any kind of interest in our body, any body byproduct, any excretions, smell, sweat, any liquids, anything like that, we've been sort of sterilized against. Having to remove our hair on the body for women, even some men now do. So all of that, everything of the body has been considered disgusting for many centuries, and we have come to this place of living from mind only. And for somebody like me who's really interested in relationships and why there is so much suffering in places where there is also love, I have come to this conclusion today that it's because we live from the mind that we're not able to be present for moment to moment sensory information. So the only thing that is left to us is living from the mind, and from the mind means that we're stuck in conditioned responses, inherited patterns that make us feel stuck. And because there is none of that in the moment movement with new information and reacting to the newness moment to moment. And I feel that a lot of what I want to do coming forward is helping people rewrite their stories about the relationships, because when we talk about relationships now, it's often in blame of our partners, in a lot of projection of our own pain and suffering onto them, from a point of view of a victim very often. And I feel that it's letting go of these conditioned responses and dropping into our body, being present for the sensory information, which is what relating is, right? Moment to moment energetic feedback between me to you, between you to me. And I think it is only when we come to that ability to be open to the new information that we will start coming in contact with what love feels like, with what safety feels like, with what trust feels like in our body. Because I've been talking about self-sourcing love for a while, and it dawned on me recently that if people are not connected to their bodies, there is no way that they can really even understand what I mean by that. We need to be fully in receipt of that information, to be in the kind of relationship with our inner being that is open to receiving information. So it's only when we understand what love actually means, what does it actually feel like, not from the mind, a cocktail of adrenaline. It's something that produces adrenaline in the body because it's a connection, it's a combination of fantasy and unprocessed wounds and nervous system in flux, comparing to nervous system in calm state and relating moment to moment and understanding what does it feel like in my body when I feel in love or when I feel loved. So a lot of the things that I'm teaching are conditional on our ability to drop into our body, which means healing trauma. And that is where I really, in these last several weeks, when I felt that I needed to redefine or perhaps clarify my work and what am I really here to do, I feel that that is what my process of transformation is bringing me to. Healing trauma so we can connect to our own body, our own sensory experiences, allowing corporal pleasure, whatever that means, whether it's wrapping myself in a cozy blanket or sexual pleasure or eating delicious food, because it's that ability to remain in our bodies that provides so much of sense of well-being. And that is one of the ways to source love. So when we heal our trauma and thus reconnect to our bodies, we can be here now, we can be in that mindful awareness as an observer of our processes and connect to other people in that vulnerable, open state, ready to receive, open to receive. And that is when we can create real connection with other people, which keeps us full and satiated. But that sense of fullness and satiety is once again something that is within. Nobody can give us that, but we can co-create it with people with whom we can relate in vulnerable openness. So much more to come around all that, and my group courses will be based on that and will be about that. And I think a lot of what my work will be going forward will be about embodied relationships. So even the term feels fresh and more updated than conscious relationships, which is what I've been using until now. And yeah, living embodied lives, I feel that this is where really the next stage of our development is and holds many, many beautiful surprises for all of us. All right, everyone, thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow.